Homes start coming out of the ground April or May of next year.
All right, how about a Ferris wheel in your backyard? A new development underway in the Wheeler District. Did you know about this? Homes, cottages, more coming soon. We are joined by the Vice President of Wheeler Homes, Josh Kitchen. Josh, thanks for being here.
Thank you very much.
And we just saw you there on the TV as well.
Yes, that was our pop-up shop location in Midtown. We actually have a sales office there right now.
Talk about that. What's the Wheeler District look like now? Folks know the Ferris wheel there. They know the other little, items there, and you got the food truck. But what are you all doing there?
So right now, of course, you can ride the Ferris wheel. There is the OKC Letters. It's probably the most photographed location in Oklahoma City. But right now, there's actually the infrastructure of phase 1 of the Wheeler District is going in. Water, sewer, streets, that sort of thing.
Okay, and talk about what's going to be able to be there, i.e. single-family homes. So tiny homes have been thrown around, but you're saying the word is cottage that will be there.
Yeah, so it's really a cottage is it's a smaller home, low maintenance, that's on a slab. We actually have 12 cottages as part of phase 1, and there are 46 homes that are single-family detached homes that all have alleyway access garages. And Wheeler District is a very mixed-use community, so we got to think of Wheeler in terms of you're going to have restaurants, shops, that sort of thing, not just a homes, but it's a very well-rounded, bikeable, walkable neighborhood.
Will there be a school there as well?
There will actually be a school there. We are saying right now it's going to open in the fall of 2020, and it's just right there in the middle of the Wheeler District, and I think it'll be a fantastic addition for the families that live there. Talk
about who you imagine living here in this district.
It's interesting. Since we've opened the pop-up shops, our sales location, it's very multi-generational. I mean, I think you have several couples that are empty nesters that want a low maintenance home, a small courtyard, something small to take care of. And then you also have newly married couples, individuals that might want that cottage, moving out of an apartment into something that is theirs, they actually own. And you have families. I mean, you have families that say, I want a quality of life for my children where they can go out the front door, jump on a bike, walk, go to a park and be safe. And I think that's something that is very attractive in the urban environment here in Oklahoma City.
Where did you model this off of? How did you know that this would work here in OKC in this spot?
There was a charrette that happened in 2014. We actually, over 3 days, we polled the residents of Oklahoma City. There were about 1,000 representatives that came, and we asked, what does Oklahoma City need? There's so many great things happening downtown. A couple things we did here was, one is we drive too much. We're always in our car. I wish we could have more of a bikeable, walkable neighborhood where I could walk to school, walk to shops. And it's something that really happens in urban areas all over the country. You think about downtown Chicago, places where kids will walk to school, and so it's a very common thing, but not as common in Oklahoma City. We have because of the highway system, we have subdivisions that are all over, and so you leave your subdivision, you drive to work, you drive to school, you drive to grocery stores, and this is going to bring that all together in one community.
Yeah, that's an interesting point you make. Just having come from Chicago, where we lived in the city and we walked to school.
Right, exactly.
And this is now kind of bringing that concept here.
Exactly. It's more of a new urbanism. You think about how cities used to be built in the urban core. When you look at Oklahoma City, where homes and businesses and parks were all in a centrally located area. And I think that was, I think the more we're hearing, that's a quality of life I think people want again. You think about all the great things that are happening in Oklahoma City, to Bricktown, to now Midtown, the Jones Assembly. There is this energy in Oklahoma City, and I think people and residents want to be close to that energy. And Wheeler District is just another great urban concept or an area where people can live and enjoy those amenities.
And talk about this idea, I'm sure leaders, and what have they said to you, that if this works here, that this could then be, the spark that, gets other areas that really need some redevelopment. This maybe say, well, no, Wheeler, this is our, template here, and we're going to try to replicate this.
Right, you're absolutely right. We see this as an addition to all the things that are going on. You think about Scissortail Park and all that's going to do for the city, and how Wheeler will connect to Scissortail, but there will be housing opportunities there as well. You see many opportunities throughout the downtown Oklahoma City area where there is redevelopment happening, and I think it all feeds into each other. It all actually encourages great development and great ideas and great new urbanist ideas.
Now, for these cottages, single-family homes, will storm shelters be available? That's something our
Of
meteorologist Brad
course.
Souter
Hey, we live in
thought of.
Oklahoma,
Yeah.
right? It's like yeah, absolutely. You will have storm shelters available in the homes, and it's it's important. It's something we have to think about, but that will be available.
And the timeline here, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
What is our timeline here?
We are already starting on infrastructure, which we talked about. We're putting in the water, the sewer, the streets. We should complete the infrastructure of phase 1 in April. So we'll start seeing homes come out of the ground April, May of 2018.
And then as far as homes go, you say, pre-sale, that's already happening. So
Yeah.
people are interested.
Absolutely. We are already have contracts on several homes. As long as the pop-up shops are open in downtown and midtown, we have a sales office there. It's an old shipping container that we've turned into an office. And we just really would invite people just to come and just kick the tires. I mean, look at the plans. We'll have several representatives there to talk about the Wheeler District. And if someone is interested, you can also go to wheelerdistrict.com/home. And all of the floor plans are actually available online right now.
And just real quickly, when we look at the Ferris wheel, tell us in relation to that where this development is.
So the Ferris wheel is on the south banks of the Oklahoma River. The phase 1 is about 400 yards to the south of the Ferris wheel. So if you know where the old historic terminal building is, that is right in the center, the heart of the neighborhood. As a matter of fact, the terminal building will be a restaurant, and we'll be announcing the operator very soon. It'll have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There'll be coffee. Just a great first start to the many different restaurants and shops that will be a part of Wheeler District. But we wanted to have an opportunity for those first residents. We call them our urban pioneers. Everybody that's a part of Wheeler right now is a pioneer for the neighborhood. And we wanted to have a place for them to gather, to eat, and to be a part of this great community.
Josh, thank you so much.
Thank
Keep us
you.
posted too
Yeah.
as the construction continues.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, we're